Previously on Eden.
We're running out the door! Because we've chosen a future with no regrets. Now here's the question, where did she get the clothes? Did we pick them up while we were on the run? Did we just have random women's clothes at our house? You're not a hindrance! And I'm just saying this right now, this look on her face right now, that's extremely cute. You call it fun. This is fun? Yes, it is fun. Have you ever played Harvest Moon? That game is super fun! And there, I saw... Ah! Freelance journalist. Sure she is. And there it goes. Are you Jesus? Sean, are you Jesus? And my ultimate plan of getting the bathroom to myself has been accomplished. Score 1 for Haruna. You sure there wasn't a different lobby from the one I knew? Because she was always trying to stab me in the butt.
And our story continues.
Hey, everybody out there in YouTube land, JAC, the OneManBand is back again. Welcome back to Eden. It's been a while. I apologize for that, but let's dive right back in. Maya wanted to walk around a little longer, so I left her behind and headed home. You know, don't have to worry about her anymore. I was worried about Shion, considering what had happened this afternoon. I mean, she caught a fish and then collapsed. Oh, no, wait. She was going to catch a fish. That's right. It would be great if it was just vertigo, but... we already know that she's dying. On my way straight to Shion's room, I noticed the door to my own room was opened. Why? I was sure I closed it when I left. Well, maybe it was the ghost? The cabin's ghost? Suspiciously, I walked in. Ah! I gasped a little without meaning to, but managed to control myself before I made much of a sound. Upon my bed in the corner of the room is what? Sean! Oh, that's cute. Oh, she's just curled up on the bed. But why are you in my bed? It's my personal bed. It's the one I sleep in. Sean was asleep, all curled up like a baby in the womb. Why is she sleeping here? Well, maybe she just wants your company, bro. Maybe she feels alone, afraid. I mean, she is facing her own mortality. Come on, dude, have a heart. I whispered in a low voice so she wouldn't hear. Shion had hated sleeping alone with an intense passion when we had first arrived at the cottage. Well, there you go! She's just having a little relapse. She apparently slept with Elika every day when she lived at the research facility, and I kept her close the entire time we were on the run. It seemed like she'd finally gotten used to sleeping alone recently, too. What's going on? Dude, come on, she's scared. Just accept it. She's sleeping in your bed, that's fine. You can sleep on the couch. Well, sleep in her bed, come on. I doubted she would wake even if I picked her up and carried her, but that posed a problem in itself. It would be best if I just slept somewhere else. Maya was using a cot in the living room, so I guess I got the hallway. Yeah, but there's no couch in the hallway. Ryo? Guess? Just as I was about to leave, I heard her voice. So you weren't asleep! Shion looked at me, still half asleep. Where did you go? I went for a walk. Just a little walk, you know, with Maya. I guess? What do you mean you guess? That's exactly what you did! I was getting evasive for some reason. It's not like you were cheating on her or anything. Leaving Shion alone in the middle of the night was indeed something I should repent for. How many times have I told you not to leave without telling me? Yeah, but you were asleep! It's like, come on. How would that be bad if I just woke you up just to tell you that? I know, I'm sorry. No, I won't forgive you. Oh, well, shucks, she won't forgive us. It was hard to tell if her tone, from her tone, whether she was half asleep or truly meant it. Ryo? Yes? Shion patted the bed beside her. I instantly understood what she was hinting at. Get over here! That face is just hilarious. She's just like, get over here! You must be kidding. I'll forgive you if you sleep with me. Get over here!
どうしても一人が嫌だったら
If you can't
もうすぐ
stand being alone no matter what, Maya will be back shortly. Aw, come on, dude. I don't want Maya! I want you, you stupid man! Rio,
なんで
it is time for you to grow those balls and actually do something about this.
私にも
Nothing funny has to happen. You just need to. She just wants your embrace or whatever. Probably nothing sexual. There are some things even I can't explain. Her eyes remained sleepy, but there was no hesitation in her words. Shion's request was pure, like a child begging her mother to read her a bedtime story. Yeah, you see? Nothing funny's gonna go on!
二人で寝るには狭いぞそのベッドは
That bed's too cramped for two people. Oh, ye of little faith, my friend! Parents can very much lay in the child's bed with the child. I have seen it. I have witnessed it. I'm tiny. You'll be fine. Shion,
何を考
what are
えて
you thinking?
何か考え
I
てい
could
た
make this request if... I couldn't make this request if I were thinking, just get over here! Get over here! And then Shion closed her eyes. I couldn't comprehend why things had turned out this way. And though I didn't understand, I was inclined to grant Shion's wishes. If she were lonely, I couldn't just leave her here. Yeah, jerk. That may have had something to do with the item in my pocket that Maya had entrusted with me.
もう少しだけそっちに寄ってくれ
Move over a little bit. I lay down, trying to touch her as little as possible.
なん
Ro,
だ
what?
おやすみ
Good night. Good night. I pat the figurative head. The bedsheet smelled of Shion's fragrance. So they smelled like Shion. Okay. Not weird in any way. This is gonna be an awkward morning. Maybe. I don't know. A few days have since passed. Well, I guess it wasn't an awkward morning, because we're not even talking about it. The weather had gotten a bit sloppy, but Shion enjoyed staying indoors and talking to Maya. To quote Shion,
マヤの頭は
Maya isn't all that intelligent,
それだけ
but she's
何を
interested
言い
in
出すのかわからなくて面白い
that I can't tell what she's going to bring up next.
それに私
Besides,
マヤ
I've
くらい
never
の
spoken
年
to
の
a
女の子
girl
と
her
話
age
したこと
before.
ってな
It made something weird, I'm telling you. It would seem speaking with Maya was a breath of fresh air in its own way. Well, yeah, you don't give any good conversation, Rio. You're a stick in the mud. And you know what that stick is? It's sunken all the way down into the mud. So, there's like no way of it ever being relevant ever again. By the time the weather improved, Maya's notebook was jam-packed cover to cover.
マヤ
Light!
そろそろ帰った
Maya?
方がいい
It's about time you head back. Shion suddenly declared while they were sitting down for breakfast. Maya froze in place when she heard, with her scrambled eggs inches away from her mouth. Oh, don't leave them hanging there! Either eat them and put them back down. Huh?
りょう
Ryo?
しばらく天気は
Don't you... does it look like weather will hold for a while?
ああ
Yeah? Yeah,
こ
it
の
does.
月はもともとあ
It's
まり
never
雨は降ら
rained
ないから
since...
昨日までが少し異常だったん
It's
じゃないか
never rained much in the season. Up until yesterday, it was a bit abnormal.
ということみたい
So it seems. Shion said no more and focused on her soup bowl. But she also forced the soup bowl into her mouth, because she wanted that dang soup. As if the conversation was over. Of course, Maya wouldn't have that.
ちょっとシオン
Wait, Shion.
帰れってどういう
What
こ
do you
と
mean, head back? I mean, head back to civilization. I mean, for you to return to your own home. To go and prepare to board the ships.
そういうことじゃ
I
な
ain't
くて
having this!
なんでいきなり
I didn't mean it like that. Where's this coming from all of a sudden?
帰るの
Go home. Shh! Just go home. I'm saving your life! Her words were emotionless, yet had such intensity that they left no room for discussion. Maya was glaring at Shion, looking like she wouldn't accept it.
明日にでも出
You
発する
should
といい
leave by tomorrow. Rio, escort her
途中まで送って
halfway.
あげて
近くの町まで
I
な
don't
ら
mind
構わない
taking her as far as the nearby town.
私まだ
I
帰るの
didn't say I was
遅い
going
よ
back yet, but it's been decided for you. If you don't, you'll die. Well, mortality is... meh, it's scary. She was at a loss for words. Still, everything Shion had said was the truth. It was easy to tell there was next to no time left until the final colony ship departed, even though there was no calendar of any sort in the college. Not college, cottage! I'm sorry! Where did college come from? Keeping the distance to the spaceport in mind, she should be safe if she set out soon.
だけど
But
まだ取
I
材が終わ
haven't
ってない
finished
し
collecting information yet!
もう十分
You collected
多
plenty.
分
I'm probably the only one who knows more about
私について
myself than
詳しい
you at this point.
そんなこと言われ
I
た
still
と
can't accept it!
マヤは
Maya?
リョウのことが好き
Do you love Rio or something?
離れたくない
I'm just throwing this out there. Do you not want to leave him? What? No, she doesn't like me. I think she loathes me. What are you talking about?
言った通り
It's me. I'm the most unlikable character in ever. In ever. If any of you have a more unlikable character, put it in the comments, please. Exactly as I said. I don't like repeating myself. Shion was utterly expressionless. She sipped away at her soup with her tiny mouth, little by little. It's got nothing to do with me liking him or not. Haha, but you didn't answer the question fully, did you? You did not say yes or no. I was joking. Hey, Sean, that's not nice.
冗談じゃ
The
ない
go home part wasn't a
船に
joke
間
though.
に合わなかったら
If you miss the ship,
ここで
then
私が
everything
話
I've
した
told you will go to
ことが
waste.
マヤも自分の仕事をやらなきゃダメ
You have to make sure that you do your job.
もう時間がないことに
You
マヤは
don't
気づ
seem
い
to
た
have
わ
realized that there's no
気づい
time
てない
left.
ふりをしてる
Or are
み
you
たいな
pretending you don't, so I'm telling you.
でも結局
Ultimately, though, whether you stay or go is your choice. Shion wasn't tossing her out, but she was simply being brutally honest and telling her the truth.
そりゃ
Well,
私だって帰
I
るつも
do
りだ
plan to go back, but
急にそんな
it's
の
just too sudden. It's just too sudden. I can't just.
あるの
I mean, I haven't even packed my toothbrush yet. Are you sure you plan to go back?
理性では帰ら
You
ない
know,
とって思
you
ってる
have
けど
to go
帰
back
りたくない気持ちが
logically,
強い
but you desire not to is strong.
違う
Am I wrong?
違う
No. You could be right. Maya muttered feebly.
しよ
Shun,
うそれくらいに
why
してお
don't
いた
you
方が
leave it at that? Oh,
今度は
it
私
appears I am the one bullying her this time.
いじめてるとは言わない
Yeah,
けど
that's
な
my job. Don't take my job,
心の
Sean.
準備ってもんが必
I
要だ
wouldn't call it bullying, but I'm sure Maya needs time to mentally prepare herself too. I couldn't sense any emotion whatsoever in her eyes as she gazed at me. This was clearly a strange situation. There had been no mistake in what Shion said, but it was strange that I was sticking up for Maya. Yeah, real, what's happening to you? Everybody's flip-flopping, emotional, their personalities. Why are they doing that? Come on, I just nailed everyone's personalities down. Don't you go changing. I had no reason to do that. Maya didn't utter a single word until the meal was over, nor did she lift her head. I'm sorry about that. That was kind of a mid-yawn as I said head. It was like, head. Sean! When I finished working the fields, I returned to the cottage. Shion was standing in the doorway. Yes, your lovely, ripped, field working man is back. Her soft, rippling hair was waving in the breeze. She was quite picturesque when she stood in place.
りょう
Ryo,
起きてたのか
you still up? I mean, come on, the sun's like still up there. You should be asleep. She said she was a little sleepy today and hadn't come to the field with me. Yeah,
お腹すい
I'm
た
hungry. Well, wait just a bit. I'll prepare something right away. Dude, you should have taught her how to make toast. Toast is pretty hard to mess up. there was no need for her to purposefully wait for me outside. Her actions were very cryptic at
マ
times.
ヤはどうしたの？
What about Maya?
あ
Oh,
あ、あいつは
her.
まだやりかけの作
She
業があ
had
る
some
から
unfinished work to
もう少し
attend to,
畑に残る
so
と
she is staying at the fields a little longer.
拗ねてるの？
Is she sulking?
さすがに
Even she wouldn't do something that childish. But, yeah, I think so. I think she would skulk a little bit, but probably not openly to anyone. Shion quickly brushed her hair that had been blown into her cheeks.
人間なんて
There's not much difference between human adults and children.
つまらな
They
いことで
pout
責め
when
るし
something is
ちょっとしたこと
boring
で
and get surprised over the tiniest of things.
シオンもそうなの
Is
か
that how it is for you? I mean, you're older than everyone else, so
私って
I'm human. Are you really? Yeah. 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 I'd say so. She asked with a mystified look on her face. That was a no-brainer. She may have been genetically modified and may have created things nobody else could have, but still.
当たり前のことを聞く
Only a
のはバカだ
fool would ask something so obvious. I mean, you got 2 arms, 2 legs, 1 head, 10 fingers, 9 toes. You're human. You're fine.
バカ
A fool. Wait, Baka? Don't you be calling me Baka! Don't you be calling me idiot! Though her expression was, relatively unfazed, she seemed to be moved.
バカなんて言われたの
I haven't been called a
100
fool in
年ぶり
almost 100 years. Oh, so you're the fool!
スケールが違う
You're on a whole different scale here.
本当に小さかった頃は
I used to be told I was a fool, or that I was useless all the time when I was really little. It's nostalgic.
ま
The fact you possess those sorts of emotions is proof you're human. Yeah, see? We just continue to prove it. Yeah. She smiled slightly and nodded.
話がそれて
We're getting off topic.
マヤのことなら
Right. Got to make food! That is right. If you're referring to Maya, try not to say anything that'll drive her into any further into a corner.
あいつだってバカじゃない
She's no fool either. I'm sure she knows she can't stay here
自分で
forever.
納得するまで待ってい
It should be okay to wait until she accepts it on her own.
りょうは
Ro,
分かりやすいほど
you've gotten so kind. I can see it in your face. No! We mustn't become
あい
kind!
つが言おうがないが
It's because it doesn't really matter whether she stays or not.
嘘つき
Liar. She said, and that with a sigh, and turned around. She went back into the cottage, her long hair swaying behind her. I watched her go in silence, and immediately walked after her. You go after that! You go after it! We have a lot of fades to white in this episode. Ultimately, Maya hadn't come back by the end of the afternoon. There was nothing I could do about it. I wrapped up her lunch of stir-fried vegetables and put them in the fridge and decided to head back to the field. Chun said she felt sluggish from oversleeping and was reading a book in the living room. I guess she was finally tired of tending the fields. Not that working the fields required her assistance. Maybe I should find her some other pastime. Find some bunny rabbits. Have her take care of bunny rabbits. And just as I was thinking that over, there's Maya.
遅かったな
You're late. You missed lunch. Maya walked straight up to me, hanging her head and blushing for some reason.
草むしりは終わったのか
Are you finished weeding? Yeah, I'm done. You can tell by the way I'm holding out my jazz hands.
だったらさっさと飯
In
を食
that
ってこい
case, go eat.
野菜炒
There's
めが
stir-fried
冷蔵庫にあって
vegetables in the fridge. There's also rice, as usual, and an egg. Well, that's all you need to survive! Rice, egg, vegetables. I could probably survive on that for forever. You know, Maya looked up, her voice making me feel frantic somehow.
春菜くんも
Do you agree that
私は帰ら
I
な
have
き
to
ゃ
go
ダメだ
back
と
no
思
matter
う
what? Alright, let's just think about this. You came here to interview Xion. Now, the reason you wanted to do that was to get Xion's story out to the public. So, logically, yes, you have to go back to make sure Shion's story gets to the public.
当
Yes,
たり前だろう。
obviously. Duh. Come
私
on.
一人だけで
All alone?
何が言いたい
Oh, you're referring to me, that I should go. What are you trying to say? Maya shook her head and her ponytail swayed from side to side. I don't know either.
私にもわかんない
No, just say it. You want me to come with you. No, I shouldn't say I don't because
出ちゃダメなんだ
there's no time. She brooded over it with her hands against her temples. No matter how pressed for time she might be, surely she didn't have to come to a conclusion right here and now.
最近は
Shion and I have been keeping you company all the time lately.
だって
That's because
私
I want to talk to you
話がした
two.
いんだもん
だったら座れ
Then sit.
慌てることもない
No need to rush. Sometimes even pointless conversations can teach you a thing or two. And we gon' have one. As I said that, I took a seat on the ground. The ground was still faintly warm from basking in the sunlight all day.
こんなとこで
Right here,
座り込んでい
might
たっ
as
て
well.
車が来るわけじゃない
It's not like a car or anything will come through. We're fine. Come on. This mountain belongs to you and Shion,
春
huh?
菜くんとシオンのものだもんね
I have peed all over this mountain, which means it's mine.
何が誰のもの
After living here for a while, you really lose any concept of possession. Maya sat down in front of me and grinned. As I
でも
grinned.
春菜くんはシオ
Still,
ンのものだよ
you're
ね
definitely Shion's Haruna.
別にシオンの所有物じゃない
I like to think I'm not her property. I mean, we don't own each other. Slavery is bad. I frowned on reflex.
じゃあ私のものになる
Would you like to become mine then?
あいにくだが
I'm sorry, but I don't sell myself that easily. Buy me a drink first and then we'll talk. Sorry to be a spoil sport, but I've quit being a pet.
チェ
Darn. She wants you. That's proof right there. She clicked her tongue, seemingly genuinely disappointed. Hadn't she wanted to have a serious conversation?
シオンは
How's Shion doing? Is she still asleep?
いや
No.
今は
Right now
本
she's
にくつろいで
relaxing, reading a book. You know, one of the finer things
私
in
の
life.
こと怒ってな
She
かっ
wasn't mad at me.
怒ってはいない
She's
が
not mad. It's
気
more
に
like
しているみたいだな
she's concerned. I see.
たそっか
Maya smiled a little and turned her attention in the direction of the cottage. That look in her eyes, as if she wanted to cuddle up against Shion's side right this
お
second.
前ずい
Are
ぶん
you
シオン
sure
を気に
you're
入っ
not
て
the
るみたいだ
pet?
な
That you shouldn't be the pet? Because that's something a dog would do. Maybe a cat. You seem to be quite interested in Shion.
冷たい
To
人
tell you the truth, I always wondered if she would be a cold person.
でも全然
But
違
that
った
Wasn't the case at all. She isn't just easy on the eyes, though she is a bit of an oddball. She's a typical cute girl. I want to squeeze her tight and roll around with her in my arms. Not strange at all, my friends. Remember, this is anime.
ぬいぐるみじゃないぞ
She's not a stuffed animal. It was a joke. Don't glare at me like that. You're scaring me.
実際のところシオン
Well,
は
fact of the matter is that she's
なんて
not
年じゃないけど
at an age where she could be called a girl either. At times it slipped my mind, but Shion had lived many times longer than Maya. And in that long life, she managed to accomplish unbelievable feats. Yet all the same, Shion had lost her purity. It seemed miraculous to me.
シオンから見たら
I'm sure from Shion's point of view, I'm nothing more than a child myself.
だろうな
I bet. I'm still a child in her eyes.
私
I may call myself a journalist, but I'm a total novice. Maya twirled the tip of her ponytail around her finger.
文章も下手だ
My
し
articles are always a little lacking. I don't really know my way around a camera, and I completely suck at haggling. Well, haggling, it takes a long time to master, so don't worry about it. I managed only through sheer zeal and for whatever subject chases my interest. I'm just a kid. Well, sometimes zeal is all you really need. I mean, you got this far, right? Making it all the way here by yourself is quite an accomplishment. That's what I said! Oh? Oh, come on! We've been through this! Maya slanted her head and stared upward at me. Those eyes filled with unadulterated curiosity seemed inexplicably dazzling, putting out a lot of adjectives. Could it really be you're praising me? What? I just said what was on my mind. I answered and turned away. Come to think of it, why did you decide to become a journalist? Fe? Fe? What the heck is fe? That's... What's with the stupid response? Why? Well, because I wanted to know about the world. You told me that already. Was it some sort of catalyst? For something else? Catalyst? Maya looked down at the ground as she continued to twirl her hair around in her finger. Well, we obviously hit something because the music cut out. I hadn't meant for it to be such a deep question, so I was a bit put off at how serious she took it. If you can't remember, it's fine. It's fine, you know. No, it's not that. It just occurred to me that I never told my uncle either. Told your uncle about what? So there was a catalyst. Yeah. I got right to work immediately after I started listening to others all the time, but stopped talking about myself ever since. Maya took her finger away from her hair. Her mood mysteriously improved. Almost like she'd forgotten what Shion had told her this morning. Actually, it wasn't that big of a deal. The truth is, I was kidnapped about 3 years ago. Really? Well, this is an interesting development. Sounds like a pretty big deal to me. Kidnapped, confined, kidnappings, confinement, assassinations. They happen all too frequently, even in urban districts, until a while ago. I guess, you know, because now nobody's on the planet Earth. She didn't have to say it. I was quite aware. The terrorists who opposed the Earth evacuation project had repeated confrontation with police forces, creating a quasi-civil war, and as their influence gradually waned, they couldn't even acquire weapons or personnel to continue fighting. At which point, they promoted their cause by putting off small-scale crimes such as kidnappings and assassinations. It was a sign of how desperate they had become. Whether there was a situation the police couldn't handle, the military special forces, GAT, was deployed to deal with it. That's where I came in. As a matter of fact, my father is a government official. You're supposed to be some sort of high-class rich girl? Well, not truly unbelievable. That kind of explains how ditzy she is. But then again, it's like, it's true! But I guess you're right. I've always been such a stupid kid who doesn't listen to what her parents told her to do. Like people always say, once a brat, always a brat. Leave me alone! Hey, you're the one telling me your story. Well, setting that aside, my father was pretty high up on the political ladder, and deeply involved with the Earth evacuation project, so he became a target for the terrorists. 3 years ago. It was about when they were reaching the end of their ropes. They were committing crimes everywhere, with no objects or goals in mind, practically throwing temper tantrums. You know, like a little child. As far as I knew, there was nearly no instances of anyone kidnapping being released unharmed. Hostages were put through a gamut of horrors, and then they had their tattered bodies dumped by a wayside like garbage. To some extent. I thought for sure I'd be killed. I was blindfolded and thrown onto a cold floor. Why, I paused there. The terror she once felt must have come rushing back to her. It had been 3 years ago, but it was likely that before she was killed, a young woman like her would have been sexually assaulted, is the word that's coming to mind. But I was lucky. Oh? My father used his communications to persuade the military to move their best special forces unit into action. Their best special forces unit. I don't know the unit's name or anything. Maybe it exists. Maybe its existence isn't known to the general public. It couldn't be. So I'd like to think. There's no way I could remember every last one of my missions in such detail. I mean, you think I was the one who went and rescued her? The special forces stormed in and I was saved in the nick of time. I understand that, but why did that make you want to become a journalist? Maya looked puzzled. I could understand if she had admired the special forces and wanted to enlist, for if she wanted to board the colony ships as soon as possible. But why, after facing such an ordeal, did she want to stay on this planet and become a journalist? Well, you see, some of the terrorists, they stuck with me. Something the terrorists said stuck with me. You mean their tenets influenced you? No way! No, not there. No, I didn't buy into that horse pocky. She shook her head sternly. I never trusted a word of anyone I'd never trust the word of anyone who'd kidnap an innocent girl. But you know what? I asked one of the kidnappers, why are you doing this? An ill-advised question, but go on. Had this woman been the rash type ever since she was a kid? Looking back on it now, I agree, it's oddly enough the guy didn't get mad. She suddenly looked into the distance. There are people trying to take girls like you, so suited for the sunshine, into a cold, dark place called space. We started this battle to protect the people, and now there's nothing worth protecting anymore. Then why are you fighting? All we do now is hurt people. So they're aware that they're scumbags. That man had a lonely look in his eye when he said that. They were cruel terrorists. There's no mistaking that. But they were still human. Yes. The people I had killed were humans who felt the same way. Soldiers are finally able to point their guns at an enemy once they've completely forgotten that. It had slipped my mind until just this very second that I would likely never think about it ever again. Those criminals were hopeless fools, but I found the fact they had an entirely different philosophy fantasizing. Some word. That's why. What is right? A pretty silly question, huh? She scratched her cheeks as she blushed, for whatever reason. The thoughts, messages, and values of all sorts of people. I want to convey them to the people all over the world. Or space, since we're going to be going into space. What is right is something everyone decides for themselves, isn't it? Maybe I was just not cut out to be a journalist. She smiled shyly and stuck out her tongue. I grinned wryly at her childish behavior, and at the same time reassessed my opinion of Maya. She wasn't just an idiot who acted on impulse and did rash things without thinking. Actually, she may have been an idiot but she discovered her true calling,
シオンが成したことも
what Shion had accomplished and what she had
お前は
said.
人々に伝え
Will you
る
simply convey them to the people of the world?
判断するのは
That's not for me
私
to
じゃないね
decide.
だったら
In that case,
個人としての
what's your
マヤ
personal
の意見はどう
opinion?
だ
Me?
私個人
Personally?
の
Yeah, what is your opinion? Tell me! Come on! She started to twirl her hair again. She's thinking. That's something people do when they're thinking or concentrating on something. More importantly, she should probably do something about that relentlessness of hers. However, this time she was acting more mystified than worried. That's obvious,
そんな
isn't
の
it?
決まってるじゃん
Not really.
人を救
I
うために
respect the
頑張った人
person
を
who worked so
私は
hard
尊
to
敬す
save
るよ
mankind.
単純な意見
A
だな
simple opinion. What?
私個人
You
の
told
意
me
見
to
で
give my
いい
personal
いい
opinion.
じゃん
That's fine, isn't it?
悪いとは言って
I
ない
wouldn't say it's not. I grinned, stood, and wiped the dirt off my pants.
なんか
I'm
悪
sure
意
I
を感じたん
sensed
だ
some
よね
malice there. Maya stood up, grumbling to herself.
でも
But hey. Yeah? What you want, girl?
話聞いてくれ
Thanks
て
for listening to
あり
me.
がとう
She came right up to me with a smile on her face.
質問をしたのは俺
I'm the
の
one
方
who asked. Yeah, but we listened.
自分のこと話すのって久しぶりだっ
It's
たんだよ
really been forever since I talked about myself.
いかにも人に興味なさそう
You
な羽
always
田君
seem
が聞い
so
てくれたからかな
disinterested in people.
なんかすっごく嬉しい
Maybe I'm happy because it was you that asked, Haruna.
一人で喜んでろ
Keep it to yourself. Don't spread rumors. I said that bluntly and began to walk away.
あ
Oh,
畑行くの
going to the fields?
私も
I'll go with
お前は飯を
you.
食って
Gotta
こい
eat. Eat your beans. Eat your vegetables. I said without looking back and quietly walked off. Or quickly. Quickly and quietly. How utterly ridiculous. And there goes my phone. I'm sorry about that. It was utterly ridiculous. I couldn't believe I pried for someone's past. Was I beginning to change in some way as well? Dang it! I didn't want this change! And we fade to white once again. And with that, I'm gonna bring this episode to a close because it's been a long one. It's been a long time since we played this game. So, be sure to like and favorite if you've enjoyed. Subscribe, of course, if you feel inclined to. I'll see you guys next time out there in YouTube land. Be a good person. Tip your waitresses. Keep moving forward. I'll see you then. Yeah,